Good morning, good afternoon, Malaysia. Welcome to the Lim Ren En live show, and today is another beautiful Saturday afternoon. And today we have a very special guest. We have Linora Low, an amazing person, a radio DJ turned bodybuilder turned influencer, the lady that has done it all. Now, this week we have this amazing person with us who was a radio DJ with Red FM and Mix FM for many years. You will recognize her voice instantly when she comes up in a while. Now, she has the passion for health and fitness, competed in 3 bodybuilding competition and coming in 3rd at the Nabba World Fitness Asia Pacific Championship in 2017. She is the pride of Malaysia. Now, Linora has since developed her career as a DJ, fitness coach, MC, influencer, YouTuber, and online celebrity through her vast online presence. Now, she has an online fan base of more than 200,000, and it is growing every day. She is the brand ambassador for Under Armour, and her success was a testament to hard work, tenacity, and determination in life. So let's welcome Linora Low, the amazing person. Welcome, Linora, to the show.
I give my own applause and check. Oh,
It is.
thank you, Lim, for having me on. So cool.
Yeah, it is so fun to have you on, Lenora. And I know you're an amazing person. You have done it all. I read your resume and your VZ is like no end to it. How much things that you have done throughout your life, you know. So, Lenora, tell us a little bit about your childhood. We would love to know how you came out from a KL girl to a world stage representing the country and winning third place at the World's Bodybuilding Championship. So tell us a little bit on your childhood and your growing years. What is your background, Lenora?
My background is actually just a person who wants to enjoy life. So when I was younger, I've always wanted to be some sort of athlete when I was younger, but never really got the chance to. I grew up where I enjoyed a lot of time with eating and just basically enjoyed everything. That was my childhood, enjoying life, having fun, and I was a huge fan of the entertainment scene. I always wanted to get into entertainment. That means most of it was actually through mostly acting. I wanted to do that as a kid, and you know lah, most of the time they say like, acting tak boleh cari makan lah. You cannot make it. It's going to be a very hard thing to do in Malaysia, which I can say for anyone who is in the entertainment scene is a very difficult thing, of where you have to build yourself. You're going to know the right people. So childhood was a lot of watching stuff on in movies and in TV shows. So you can say I was very impressionable, and that kind of came into how I am today, where I'm such an extrovert. I just loved being with people, and I love taking the energy from people.
So you've been an active and an acting child since day one. You always involve yourself in acting and basically in school, in church, and all that. Have you always been the influencer kind of personality throughout?
I won't say influencer, but I'll say I was very into getting my hands into anything that had to do with drama or theater.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was a kid, I was already doing like storytelling. I was already doing readings in kindergarten, and then in school, I also took part in public speaking. And then I was also very into like I said, I was so into drama that I did a lot of plays in school, and I also did some of it at church, but sports was always never a thing that I did because I never felt like I could do it. In fact, part of my childhood, because I was so unfit. Here's a story that I don't think many people would know. When I was younger, right, Lim, I actually went to Frim, and it was a school trip. And this school trip, we went up on this hill, and as we were going higher and higher, I couldn't catch my breath at all. this was when I was in primary school,
Okay.
and not being able to catch my breath. You know, when you're basically when you have never done any kind of physical activity before. So I was a very unfit child, and going up that hill in Frim, suddenly I just couldn't breathe, and because I couldn't breathe, I panicked and then I started crying, and I was the last person in the entire class, and I was the only one that was going through this whole thing. It was very embarrassing, I have to say. And because of me, everyone had to turn back and go back down because poor Lenora, she couldn't seem to keep up. So that was already a point when I was like, no, I think I gotta make a change for myself because I found like in my teenage years, I'm sorry, in my teenage mind, huh? Me, because of me, everyone had to turn back. They couldn't enjoy the rest of the trail. So I suppose that was one of the starting phases of when I was like, no, I want to try and get better. I want to improve in some way with my health. That time I didn't know what it was. I just said I wanted to not be like that. I wouldn't want to go up a hill and not be able to breathe. And so then it was also a case of where, because when you grow up, you read a lot of magazines, you see all these things. And back in the day, it was like, oh, you got to be skinny, you got to be slim, and then you would find how would you say people would appreciate you better. That was the look back in the day. Back in the day, I think now it's very different, and I'm very happy with it. How people are viewing body shapes and physiques differently. So growing up, I was a chubby kid that always had body image issues, which is something that I do talk about. Body dysmorphia. It's a it's a serious topic because everyone goes through it. Everyone at some point in their life has gone through a phase where they're not happy with how they look, and that's something which I hope we can all speak about openly because everybody should know how to appreciate their own body because it's the only one that you have on planet Earth. So coming back then, a lot of visuals of where I would see things and go like, okay, if I cannot be as slim as all my friends, because I was the bigger child, I was the bigger kid. Okay, never mind, then I will be strong. So that's when I started taking part in like shot put, discus, and I didn't mind my size, but I just wanted to be strong because I knew I could have one up in that sense. So that was my childhood. Just going back again on that.
So you did shot put and all that.
Yeah,
Athletics.
and yeah,
Yeah.
so my mom was actually the one that told me that she used to do that. And so I suppose like the strength comes from my mom. My parents actually both have very strong arms. My mom did stuff like that, and I was like, "Oh, mommy used to do that." Okay, then that's something I still want to try.
So now from your childhood right to college and from college to radio station, how did you end up in a radio station? I mean, you wanted to be an entertainer. Is
Oh.
that part? Is that important? Is that is that the reason why you end up in a radio station?
Okay, so as I mentioned the earlier part, getting into the entertainment scene is very hard to find a financially stable income. So just to give you a bit more background, I started as a brand planner. That was my first job at an advertising company. And then I stayed there for a year, and then I said, nope, I want to go ahead and reach for my dreams and go into full-blown acting and just try. You gotta say that is now I think about it, it's quite scary because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know where your next income is gonna come from. But I went ahead and did that. So I did theater. I did a course in acting with Joe Hasham at KL Pack, and then after that I acted with a Christian drama group called Footstool Players, and then from there I did small jobs in between, and I even did motion capturing acting. So for those of you who have ever heard of this TV show, it's an animation called Saladin. I was the body that would wear the suit and then the balls all over, and then they would capture my movement. It's something like Avatar. So that's pretty cool. And then I got into my first movie, which was with Daphne Eiking and Bram Polari. That was years ago. And so those were all the small things I did in terms of acting. And gotta be very honest, those days did not bring in much money. Then you come to radio announcing. It was actually just there. It was an audition that was happening. So my friend and I was like, "Come on, let's go try." You just never know. So we went, tried out for it. They were like, "Oh, okay, you can talk. Come back." because they said we want you to be in. You made it into the top 10, and that's when me and my friend we made it for the Red FM Rudy's Recruit. Yeah, the Rudy Recruit. And that originally that time they said it was actually for they were looking for an announcer to join Rudy on the breakfast show.
Yeah, I
Actually, they were
remember
looking
Rudy.
for another announcer. Yeah, they were actually just looking for another announcer for the station. And yeah, so I actually got the second place. If I'm, yeah, second place for that audition, and my friend got first place. But they were like, "Oh no, we feel like you can talk. So would you like to come in and do one of the other shows?" I was like, "Oh, sure." So that's how I got my first foot into radio, and then the rest is history.
So how long were you in radio? How long were you in?
Ra-
Yeah.
Radio altogether, it was 6 years. I
Mm.
was 2 years with Red FM, and then after that, I moved over to Mix FM for 4 years.
Wow, 6 years in radio. You are the voice
Yeah.
behind the speakers. You know, people will remember that Linora Low,
I'm the
right?
brunch voice. I'm the brunch voice. I always like to joke because I used to do. It's so fun that you're talking about this. I just met up again with my friend that she was my first partner on radio. So shout out to Min. And when our first show was the late night love songs, and it's like we had the show from between 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's the love hour on the streets. So we'll be playing all those sentimental songs. That was the first show I ever did. Then after that, they shifted me to the afternoon show. That was 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So I like to call it the brunch show. That's right after the breakfast announcers. And that suddenly just became my slot for many years. 10 a.m. to originally it was 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then it got extended to 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's another story altogether. But yeah, so I was the brunch show. And I always like to joke saying like, okay, if you do get to hear me, that means you are late for work. you have missed it. Either that or you have a very nice time. You've got very flexible hours going into the office, or you're the boss.
The bosses will listen to you at that time,
I
right?
don't know if they do. I don't know if they do because my back then both of my stations, this is where you have to also understand the demographic. My station was I won't say it's the type the bosses would listen to. It's the type that the young adults
The young
would.
executive.
Yeah, young executive.
Maybe in
Correct.
between that time, the young executive who is traveling from office to meeting space will be
Yep,
listening to
correct.
you. You know.
Yep.
Now
I
tell
imagine like
tell
sorry,
us
sorry, just
about.
let me okay, you go.
I'm so sorry. Tell us about Crazy Rich Asian. You were so close of getting one part, right?
No. I never got the part. I wish I got the part. What happened was during the time when they were having the auditions, I was
Jesse,
my
the basket, your friend, right? Jesse.
Jesse.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
She said, "Hi,
Um,
Aquafina. You are supposed to be Aquafina, right?"
no. Well,
Nah.
okay. What happened was Crazy Rich Asians that time when I was with my previous talent agency management. The auditions were happening, and she wanted me to try out for the role that Aquafina played.
Yeah. The
So,
crazy friend.
well, yes, the crazy friend. They're like, oh, she was like this, and unfortunately, I was still on radio, and I would not be able to go for an audition like that because it was random time, and then shooting time would not be possible because I would have to be at the station the whole time. So my radio working time was for 6 days in a week. I would be on 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
So, that's why you didn't end up actually taking the part. But anyway, it was not easy
No, I
to
didn't
actually
get the
get a part,
audition.
huh?
I couldn't even audition for it. So there was
Yeah.
no point of even saying anything. Yeah.
Can you
But
imagine you being Aquafina? Oh, that would be interesting, right?
man, what's so funny, right, is that some people say that I actually do look like her a little bit
A little bit,
in
yeah. I can
little bit,
concur.
yeah.
Yes, a little bit.
Like I was watching if I did my hair up into a bun again, I would in Jumanji, the latest one that she acted in together, The Rock. So I was actually watching it last night, and I was just trying to mimic certain things of how she would say, "Ah, yeah, grandpa, grandpa, and like, oh yeah, does anybody have an inhaler, like an asthma thing? And then yeah, so it
Okay.
was fun. It was
Okay.
fun. Yeah, yeah.
Now, tell us about fitness and wellness. Now, you came about this because when you were younger, you were not so fit, you were a bit plump and all that. But what makes you want to explore this so badly now that you are a bikini athlete, you're a bodybuilder, and that is like from this extreme to the other extreme.
Mm.
What took you over to that side?
Well, as I mentioned, I've always wanted to be some sort of athlete. And that time when I was working out, I was like, okay, what's the point of all this working out? And then I just saw it somewhere of these amazing girls. They look like Victoria's Secret models, but they had such fantastic definition all over. And they were so strong looking. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is something that I can relate to. So here's also the other problem with my physique. A lot of girls, I would also think they are not able to relate to other girls because the people that you see usually on fitness magazines or that is portrayed, as I mentioned, they have this so-called perfect body. And for me, I definitely never could relate because some people would say like, "Oh, Lenora, no, if you do weight training, you're gonna get bulky." I tell you, I hate that misconception so much. And and then a lot of people think that to be very slim, and I like to call it tubes, where you're just one straight line. They think that that was nice because once again, back in the day, media would showcase that people just need to be a clothes hanger, and that's how your physique should be. So I could never find a girl anywhere that kind of looked like me at all. And when I saw these girls that were standing on stage with all these muscles, I was like, wow, now this is something that I could relate to on some level. And then I was like, okay, so how do I even get there? I do not know anybody who has done something like this before. And one day I got an email from Australian Strength Performance, and my friend Ryan, now he's back then he was the marketing guy. He messaged me and said like, oh, we would like to bring down this course for hypertrophy. And back then, that was the starting phase of when I started posting a lot about my workouts on Facebook and Instagram. And honestly, it was just for me. I made it into like a consistent vlog thing, so a consistent thing so that it kept me accountable. But little did I know that something like that would actually be reaching to many more people that found it, inspirational, I suppose. Or they'll be like, oh, okay, if she's working out, then maybe I can work out too. So this guy came over, this center, a gym from Australia came over, asked me to help them in promoting their course. So I was like, oh, okay, sure. And that was when I found my coach, Benjamin Seong. Big shout out to him, to anybody who really wants to understand about holistic training, about body composition. He's a body composition specialist. Please go search him out on Instagram. Everything that I know these days is all from him. So I found out that he actually trains people to become what you see over here, which is a bikini athlete. And I was like, all right, let's do this. I want to see how I can transform and what will happen. And that was the start of it all. That was about 6, 7, no, actually, probably more than that, maybe more than 7 years ago. No,
Now,
7 years ago. About 7 years ago, yeah.
now that picture was just amazing, right? You are saying that you're from a plum kid and then to that. It's like it's, it's a
Well,
total change of a body image. Let's see that picture again, all right? Look at this.
what's so what's so funny is this is actually not at my best. This is not at my best. This was okay for my second comp, but the one that was truly my best physique was the last comp. I don't know if you have that photo. That was when I competed in Manila for the Sean Roden Classic. He was one of the recent Mr. Olympias.
Right, right. Can you walk us through
Yeah.
this video? We're gonna play a 2.5 video of the journey that Linora wins the third placing. Let's walk you through that third placing video, right? You won
Sure.
this World Athletes, Fitness Athletes Championship on third placing. So can you just run us through this? Tell us what is this?
Right. So what you're gonna see, this is the eye walk, where you just have about a 30 seconder on stage where you to show your best sides, your best pose. So here I'm showing the, well, you can say it's the front, the side pose, and now I'm going to the back pose. So each federation would have different poses that you need to show to the judges. And this one for Nabba WFF, I really took my time with this one. But for the recent federation, it was a lot faster. Then after that, from the eye walk now is where you have all the girls, so the judges would see every single girl on stage, and you have to pose your bum off. You have to really, really pose and showcase every single bit of muscle that you can try and contract in your brain. And over here, what they're looking for is the glute ham tie-in and your back. And then it's back again to a side turn. So it's front, side, back, side. And then you come back to the front again. And then after that, they go like, okay, can you all just walk to the back, please? And then come back to the front. And the main thing when you're on stage, you just got to showcase how much confidence you have. So with doing a bikini show, it's not just about the physique, it's also stage presence. And imagine it like a Miss Universe, Miss World kind of thing, just that you have to showcase something else. Then over here is just a fun shot. They just said, okay, everybody get into a fun shot and just have a quick pose down. And this is meant to be a fun thing at the end. So you just showcase whatever you can. But I would say this is also a point when the judges will be eyeballing and just trying to see which one would capture their attention. So with bodybuilding and how they judge, it's very, very subjective. You just never know what exactly they're looking for. Yeah, so it's subjective, like I said. It really depends how much you shine and how much the judges actually like your look on stage. And that was my posing coach just now. And she also competed. That was Jackie. Love her. She's my mama beast. I always call her mama beast. So here we are. This is the awards presentation area, and I never thought I was even going to get third place. For anyone who actually watches the vlog on my YouTube channel, I've actually got 3 seasons for my bodybuilding journeys, from the very first one I did to the second one, then I got third place, and the third one where I went to Manila to compete. And each time, it's a very different process. And yeah, so here, honestly, even though I got third placing, I was not very happy with my physique. It was a lot of things happened during that time frame that you would have to watch the vlog to understand a bit more, because it's just too too much to explain.
Yeah, that was 2.5 minutes. Actually, she has a YouTube channel that you guys can go and check it out. It's under Linora Low, same name, everything is the same. Just check it out. That I've actually compressed it to 2.5 minutes. It's supposed to be 12 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
So, but that was amazing. You know, the journey from a plum girl to somebody who wants to change and to go into a bikini athlete, which is among women, female bodybuilding is like the stage, right?
So just to add, well, okay, in bodybuilding, let's go where there are different stages. So when I first did it, I just wanted to do it and see what would happen. And then after that, I got caught by the bug, the competing bug. And I have to make it very, very clear that when I got into this sport, it was something to just challenge me. It's just like how people go into a Spartan race or they're going to do marathons. So this was the sport I chose because I just wanted to see what happens. And I'll go, any sport you can learn something, but this sport, it taught me the most about understanding my body and how much, and taught me a lot about nutrition. And when I went through this, it made me realize I learned so much in a span of 4 months. I can only imagine what it's like for a number of people who are so confused with food out there, confused the multitude of diet schemes that are out there, who don't even know how to train properly, who don't even know the intention and purpose. So, like I said, the very beginning when I got into bodybuilding, or rather the bikini athlete, it was because I wanted a transformation for myself. And then after that, it turned out to be something more where I want to transform my mind rather than just my physique, and just how much I can push and improve myself. It's not just my physique, but even myself mentally, which is why from there I coined up the term change your mindset, change your outcome, because everything, honestly, everything starts with the mind first. If you can, if you can capture your thoughts and hold it down, control them, you are able to do many, many things. So that was how it progressed from say bodybuilding, and then after that, I wanted to become a coach at the same time.
So tell
Yeah.
us about being a let's move on to the brand ambassador part. You know, you're a brand
Sure.
ambassador of Under Armour, right?
Yeah.
So let's look at that. Let me just put it on. You are the brand ambassador of Under Armour. Now,
Mm.
um, now tell us a little bit about this, about being a brand ambassador.
Uh-huh.
How does it work? I mean, what do you have to do for them as a brand ambassador?
The simplest is you talk about the brand.
How do you actually talk about the brand? You talk about the brand through paper, or through TV, or through radio, or how does it work?
Through all mediums, through all mediums. So basically, as the representative for Under Armour or for any brand, you are meant to be the spokesperson. You're the one that would talk about them. You would mention, you will, I look at it as where you're educating the public about the brand. So that's the purpose of an ambassador. And for most brands, they would have a really high-end celebrity, then that would give a lot of publicity to the brand so that people would know about it. Just like how now the most popular and richest person is The Rock, and he's got a tie-up with Under Armour. So the name Under Armour is spread out a lot more and quicker too, because you have The Rock, who has such a great engagement. I mean, just letting you know, right? You know how much is one post for The Rock? I found it recently, Lim.
How
One
much?
post for The Rock is 1 million.
US.
Yes.
1 million USD for to do one post.
Yes, just one post on, say, for example, his Instagram. One post. That's
So
1 million US dollars.
Under Armour will pay him 1 million.
I assume it's either him or he works out a collaboration. Like you see, he's got his own line of clothes with Under Armour, which I love. It's called Project Rock. And
The bull, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
saw you
that's
wearing
right.
it yesterday. I know the
Yeah, so
day before.
I pretty
Yeah.
much wear it all the time. It's like one of my it's my favorite collection from Under Armour, like so my favorite collection. And so he's got that range. So I assume he's got something there, and obviously whatever profits, it would go to him and also to Under Armour. I don't know. I assume that's how it works. But that's how brands and people can come together as long as their mission is the same. You know, it's a marriage that things can work out for the better.
So tell us one most important value that you bring to a brand when they take you on as an ambassador. What value do you bring to them? One most important value.
Genuine. You got to be genuine. You got to make sure you know what you're about, and whoever that you're reaching to, it has to come because you genuinely believe. Sorry, I would say belief, and I don't know how to phrase it correctly, but believe in the brand. So I'm the kind of person, like if I were to be with any brand, I would always want to first see whether those brands are in line with my values. So I would want to know what the values of that company. And I really, really, really believe that all content creators should also consider that, and not just be, well, a person that just, let's be very honest, it's now a very it's a new way of how a lot of people are making money. So don't just take the money and then just promote something. I would say go and research about the brand, understand the brand so that you have a relation with the brand. So the value that I can bring is definitely I would give my own genuine self to them, because I believe in the product. I believe in what they're trying to educate the masses on, or at least the niche that they are looking at. So how I see it is where I will come in and I will help to educate because I totally understand when it comes to what you're about. The thing is, not many people will understand what a brand is about unless people talk about it. You got to start having that conversation. So, um, I'm trying to see if I can find an example for you. When when we start having that conversations for brands, that's when people will start going, oh, okay. And then it's not just about, okay, I'm gonna buy it because someone says so. I'm gonna buy it because I now have some sort of loyalty to that brand.
All right.
And I cannot guarantee that's going to happen, but what I can guarantee on my part is I'm going to speak the truth based on my values that's with me and the brand.
Now, I think, you know what I think? AIA has this vitality program.
Yeah.
I am actually a benefactor of vitality. Why? Because I follow vitality and I lost 30 kilos in 1.5 years. I won nearly everything that the vitality program provided. So I was running every other week. So I think the vitality program and Linora Low fits.
Well, just to let you know, I actually do use the app.
Huh. You are an AIA client as well, right?
Yes, I am. But yes, I am an AIA
And
client.
you're speaking
Yes.
about genuinity. You're speaking about being an example for your fans. You're speaking about educating your fan and your fan base to eat better, to train better, to be to live better. I think you fit the AIA Vitality brand very much. You should be branding for AIA Vitality.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Just saying, okay, once again, this is not a promo, okay? It's not a promo, but when one of the things that I actually do enjoy is when I download the AIA Vitality app. So there are two things. Number one, I really do like the fact that I get a discount whenever I go to the supermarket because I do grocery shopping a lot. That's really nice. And number two, because I try to make it a point to walk. In fact, Lim, we walk and talk. I got this thing where we walk and talk, and I try to.
She made me walk
I
and
can
talk.
actually open up. Yeah, I can actually open up the app because I've been trying to go past that bar. You know, the bar goes from bronze, silver,
silver.
and then So I'm like trying to pass that.
I'm gold.
And you're gold. That's great because you were running, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
but
so
yeah, I
lucky,
think it's a really cool app. It's a really cool app, and I'm looking forward to see how else it can be tweaked to become even better.
So AIA marketing director, look at me. Here. I know you're watching. This is the lady you must look out for. Linora Low. Go and watch her YouTube, and you'll see why she's fit for AIA Vitality. Now, tell us of being influencer, Linora. So let's go back to the presentation. Tell us of being an influencer. You are the 100 most influential creator in Malaysia. That is amazing. Wow. And then Linora has 200,000 fan base. That is only on the Facebook, not YouTube yet. YouTube, I don't know how much on YouTube. I need to check. But she's
still growing,
more than 200,000 and growing. So how does this come by, the 100 most influential creators in Malaysia?
Honestly, this was a surprise to me. I didn't even know that I got it. I just got an email one day and they said, "Oh, Linora, you're part of this list of the 100 most influential creators by Get Crafts." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." So we went over and then they just spoke of like who are the people and then how can agencies and brands actually be able to connect with content creators like myself and other people. Because there's so many, I mean, I go away like there's so many content creators out there, and it's just how engaging you can be to the audience. So I don't know, honestly, I can't really give an answer to this, but I'll just go with whatever that I put out. I always want to make sure, and this is one of the key values that I hold to my social media. My social media is a platform, it's a voice, and I think it's very important of how you use that voice to educate and to give value to people. And it should be something that can edify people or at least let them learn something. Because I know, let's be very honest, right? With everything that's happening with 2020 and even before, Social media has taken the world by storm, and because now everything is going digital, there's so many things happening in the world. And I like to see that social media can be used as a platform to show light and hope out there,
True.
because there's
Agreed.
enough darkness. There's really enough darkness and brokenness in the world. So, and there's no need to rant and complain as much as some people are are so so tempted to do that. And I'll be honest, even sometimes I would feel tempted to do that. Then it just makes me question myself. Okay, why would I want to do that? What exactly is going on within my
Mm-hmm.
headspace that I would want to go and rant out publicly like that? Unless it's something that is going to help another person, why would you say anything at all?
True.
So it's a very reflective thought process that I have on social media, and sometimes I just it's sometimes almost a love and hate relationship, but I see it's a very good platform, and I still think that people should find a balance to it because
Yeah. Give me
yeah,
a
because
clap.
yeah, high five to you,
Yes.
because like it's true. People are on it so much, and sometimes I just wish we could just open up a book or just put down the phones, and yeah. So like I said, social media to me, great platform. It's a voice. Know how to use that voice wisely and showcase to people the good parts about life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can also show the down parts, but always show an educational point from it. What exactly have you learned from it?
True. So, Lenora,
Yeah.
tell us about your YouTube channel. You have a very active YouTube channel that teaches people how to train at home, in the park, at home, things that you can do by yourself. Now, I'm going to show our viewers this presentation. Let me just show. That's it. That is your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, that is.
And you were training. You were training with a friend, and you did this warm up, cool down thing through Thursday kind of thing. And how many videos you have here? I mean, in total, you have a few hundred, right?
Oh man, I don't know actually how many videos I have. I still need to go through them. But let's just go where YouTube is still an avenue that I see lots of potential for. And I know that it's going to take a while to grow this platform. But the main point, once again, I'm looking at all these platforms. It's the opportunity to share experiences, share thoughts, and also open up conversations. So to be honest, right, Lim, my channel is not just about training. My channel is well, I'm just gonna let you know now. I'm actually going to rebrand certain things for it, but which I will keep for another video next time on my YouTube channel. So you have to find out what that is, and teaser. So my YouTube channel is not just about training; it's about everything in life. Now, I'm not going to say in general. It's things that I feel should be put out to people that we should have a discussion about. And that's also another thing when it comes to content creation. A lot of people say, "Oh, this is your niche," and even for brands, this is your niche, your niche, your niche. Yes, but I was just having a thought about this in the car, right? And all these things, let me ask you, for a human, one particular person, you're not just a niche. You are a multifaceted human being that does many, many things. So why should you be put into a box? If you want to speak about other things, why not? Because I was actually having a chat with another friend of mine who was saying he's not sure because people has always known about fitness, and then suddenly he wants to go into something else. How would it look? And I'm like, why care so much? Why care and be bogged down by what people are thinking when, if you know that you're doing something which is good for humanity, do it. So my channel is not just on training. I've actually got a lot of interviews as well that I've done with my coach, where we talk about nutrition, we talk about
I saw
holistic
that.
lifestyle.
I
Yeah,
saw a few
please go
episodes of
watch
that.
that. Go watch that because there's a lot of great golden things, golden nuggets, and information that you can use and apply to your own life. And I've done interviews also with a dermatologist, yeah, dermatologist, and a number of other coaches. In fact, the one I'm going to be putting out pretty soon is with my friend who is a vegan who speaks about the vegan lifestyle, because I've always been very curious about that. And it's Vegan 101 Nutrition, Vegan Nutrition 101, where we are going to talk about that. And I have not edited it yet. That is the hardcore truth, where YouTube videos, it takes time
Yeah,
to
yeah.
edit.
Tell me about it. That's why I'm
Yeah.
doing live. I don't have to edit it. Everything is all is
Ah,
out. You can't do anything. So now tell me
I
about
get you.
now tell me about training nutrition. You are a personal coach. You coach people on training, but also on nutrition. Now tell us a little bit about training nutrition. What is it, and how does it affect a human body?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to make a disclaimer that I'm not a nutritionist. I can give advice about nutrition based on what I have learned, because I am certified by the American Council of Exercise, and I'm also undergoing my certification for Australian Strength Performance as a coach level 1. And training, food is the number one thing. A lot of people think when it comes to training, you see, like I'm suddenly so excited about this because there's so much to talk about. Food, I don't even know where to begin, because a lot of people are just so confused. But to summarize it, let's put it this way: food is fuel for your body. Food is what's going to give you energy. And I want to come out and talk a lot more about how people need to fix their relationship or their understanding, their perspective about food, because there are just too many diet fads out there. And I would know because I did a multitude of them too, because I was desperate. And this is the cycle, okay? It's for a person, usually it's like, okay, I want to lose weight, and then you try a diet, and then after that you find the diet really hard, and then after that you put on more weight, and then you get depressed, and then suddenly next thing you know you're trying a new diet all over again. So this is the vicious cycle. In the end, what I really want to help teach is how to make it sustainable to your lifestyle. And making a sustainable nutrition plan for you is very different from trying to say a nutrition plan where you've got specific body aesthetic goals. So on one hand, sure, you can merge it, but it's two very different goals. In the end, however, the main thing is you just eat wholesome, eat well, know the foods that you're putting into your body, because most of the time these days people do not understand ingredients. They don't know what they're putting in. They're just randomly shoving stuff in because it tastes good. And that's the other perception of people thinking like, oh, healthy food is tasteless. No, if you make it simple, keep it simple. And I'm not trying to diss or anything like that. It's about understanding ingredients and understanding how to pair them. A lot of times, like for example, our Chinese dishes, it's like you got to put in this sauce and that sauce and that sauce. Do you know the simplest way to make things taste good? Salt, pepper, lemon. Just
That's it.
yeah, I'm serious. You don't need too many things. You just
Salt,
need salt, pepper, just salt, pepper. Say it with me, Lim. Say it with me. Salt,
salt,
pepper.
pepper,
Again,
salt,
salt, pepper.
pepper.
Yes.
Okay, salt and
You don't
pepper.
need so much
That's all.
sauce and whatnot.
Chili
Yeah,
sauce,
that's all you need.
tomato,
Why do you? Okay,
sambal.
why do you need that? Why do you need that? Why?
Because my mother taught me that sambal tastes good on rice.
So I'm not saying anything at all to parents, because the thing is, education awareness was not there. And
True.
I wish I knew what I knew now. I wish I knew it years ago. Then I won't be in this phase of like, I don't understand anything about food. Because when you understand food better and how it works in your body, you won't have all these complications. You would actually know what to do, and you won't feel frustrated, you won't feel desperate. So it's a long process, because can you imagine, you have had, say, like for example for me, I had 27 years of not knowing how to eat, and then suddenly now I'm being forced into understanding all these things, which were actually basic stuff that should have been taught in schools. So I mean, seriously, shout out to anybody if you want to start a program in reaching out to schools and teaching them better about food, please let me know because this is so important. The future generation, the kids these days, I want to combat the obesity. I mean, so many things I want to combat. Teaching kids how to eat better, and then also for ladies, just we never got into it, Lim, but I was diagnosed with PCOS a while back, 5 years back, and the PCOS, the hormone imbalances
Yeah.
that people have,
PCOS, yes.
it is due to very bad lifestyle, and it's due to food,
Milk.
diabetes too,
Yeah.
food. It's the choices you make.
Yep.
So if people can understand more about it, or rather they want to learn, rather than just say just feed me, then, well, I'm going to be honest, not everybody suka belajar because it takes time.
It's never easy.
No, it's not easy.
Can I tell you a secret?
What?
On open air,
Please
I'm
do.
I'm a nutritionist by training.
You did tell me that. So it's not a secret.
Yeah, but no, not many people outside knew. I always tell people I'm a Bachelor of Science, but I never told them actually I'm a nutritionist by training. I have a license to practice. I've never renewed it.
You
But-
never renewed it. Okay.
I've never renewed it. But I only knew about eating right about 1.5 years ago. And I've lost 30 kilo after that. But I need to
That's great.
I need to do more. I need to lose another 30 to look like Donnie Yen. You know? So
So
tell me, a
The-
person
the
like
thing-
me, how can I do anything for myself? How can I improve my health? You know,
I think the first one there are too many things that I would need to ask. And
not now,
we had
right?
this conversation before. It's going to be a very long process. But okay, in a nutshell, the few things that I just want to point out is, first of all, understanding ingredients. Actually, no, the simplest for anyone is take away processed foods, take away the refined sugar, eat wholesome. So long you eat wholesome, you should be able to see a difference because right now the body needs to repair itself. Because, like I said, there's too many things. Where are you thinking about your gut health? Are you thinking about your liver health? Are they all efficient? And then after that, it comes down to your sleep, your stress levels, many things. So it's not just so simple as I'm going to cut down and eat a salad. No, it's not that simple.
True. You know, I went through that process for 1.5 years and I think I did pretty well. But I need to do further. Now, Linora, you know, we have come to a close, near to our show. Now, if anybody who want to find us, any of our audience, you know, through our channel would like to connect you, where can we find you? I've just posted up. I'm so sorry. I just post up something. I'm supposed to be able to do this. Add to broadcast, right? So where can they find you, Lenora?
They can find me on Facebook, Instagram. They can also find me on YouTube, and you can find me on my personal website, which is linoralow.com. So everything is straightforward and simple. Just look for my name, LINORALOW.com. Everything is there.
Yeah. If you guys miss this, you do not know where to find her, do not worry. When you're watching this show, under the comment part, under the description part of this video, all Linora's contacts and YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, everything. I put everything there. You could she is just one click away. You could leave her a comment and she'll reply back, right?
Yes, correct.
All right.
Sometimes it may take a while for me to reply back, but I definitely will reply back.
Yeah. So I just want to put this on to let you see. Moses Tan say sambal is good.
Sambal is good.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to ask what's inside your sambal.
This guy, I do not know. Let me ask him. But anyway, so Vincent say thank you for sharing. You know, some people are saying thank you for sharing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I never got to say hi or speak to anyone if they had any questions. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So one of your friend was saying, Jesse was saying hi, Aquafina. Anyway. So because we are using a program called Restream, so some of the question and the comments are not broadcasting over as smooth as it is. So I need to fix that out
No
later on.
problem.
Yes.
We can just quickly scroll through now if there happens to
Let
be
me just
any.
scroll through. Okay, Melissa, say hi.
Hi, Melissa.
I think Melissa will be very very good candidate to be the next bikini athlete, right?
I believe anybody, should at least try once in their life a bodybuilding show. Just once. Do not do it full time because that's a whole different ball game. But you should try it once, just once, to understand.
Melissa, if you do it, I'll do it. Can I do it? I wish I have this dream of pulling off my shirt on an MDRT event.
Yes,
I've been
you did tell
telling
me
the
that.
whole. I've not been telling the whole. I've told my wife only, and she said you're crazy. So I went up to MDRT annual meeting, and I was speaking main platform. So the dream
Yes.
is to pull off my shirt on main platform to show the physique. Then I did apply. I told them, can I do that? They said, of course you can't. 14,000 people. What do you expect? So, but anyway, so instead of annual meeting, MDRT annual meeting, maybe a fitness contest on the show. On the stage.
I already said before, everything is possible so long you are mentally ready and prepared. Everything is possible. I do not hold that to anyone who says they can't. It's not possible. And I also go with where all things are possible because God can do the impossible. But once again, it's whether the person is ready.
So let's see who wants to see me on stage, half naked, all fit. Please give me a thumbs up. I'll do it for you. My God.
What are you doing, Lim? Okay, guys. If you want to see him make a transformation, which is totally doable, but it's going to be a lot of hard work. I'm not even going to sugarcoat this, Lim. It's going to be a lot of hard work. But
Melissa,
guys, anything's
just give me a
possible.
thumbs up. Melissa
Quickly.
is killing me.
Give multiple thumbs up. Give multiple thumbs up.
Christine said, I would love to see both of you doing it. It's
Like I said, thumbs it.
Okay, guys, enough. You guys are killing me already. Right,
You asked for it.
That's for it. So last question. Vincent was asking, how could I pay attention to diet? Is it sugar-free or salt-free?
Sugar-free. Look more at, okay, I won't even say the salt. Look at it this way. Salt, you need to be mindful of the type of salt that you're taking in. Go with salt which is non-refined, and that means salt that has color in it. So like your pink Himalayan salt, your Celtic salt. Salt should have a little bit of color to it if you are going to be taking salt. And there's a research for that which I won't get into here. And then for sugar, just eliminate yourself from refined sugar as much as possible. I did a post on this before, and WHO, the World Health Organization, has said that you can have up to 10 teaspoons of added sugar onto any other food because all our foods have sugar, but keep it to a minimum. In fact, I would say just keep it minimum, especially during this time. Sorry, I think my camera okay. Especially during this time, sugar, honestly, if you just remove anything which is processed sugar for about a week, you are going to feel really, really different. When I removed sugar, that means I had no kinds of sweets or cakes or anything like that, no breads for about 5 months. 5 months or so. That was because I was getting ready for my comp. That was the best mindset. I have felt the best I've ever felt.
No sugar.
And I don't know. No sugar, no added. The only kind of sugar, no added refined sugar. The only kind of sugar I had was natural sugars, which is stuff that you can find already in your vegetables and even in fruits. And also, if I wanted a dessert, which was fancier, then it's my kapow balls. Oh, I didn't get to say that I've also got my own business,
Yeah,
which is
kapow
kapow
balls.
balls.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
amazing. I had them. Yeah.
So okay, just let you know, kapow balls are healthy. It's a healthy dessert business, which I started with my sister, and it's to help people to solve the craving issue because we all know that we have a sweet tooth, and the best thing that we can do is to find an alternative. Yeah. So Vincent, just to let you know once again, once again, just cut back on the refined sugar. In fact, just eliminate it. That's the best way. And Moses, eat for free. I don't know where you have eat for free, but if there is a buffet, you call me. I will be willing to go and eat with you, especially if it's durian. Let it be a free durian buffet. I will go and eat with you.
You say wholesome sambal and he's eating for free. I don't know.
Ah, okay. Well, hey, man, if you got wholesome sambal that doesn't have added sugar in it, then by all means, go ahead. It's just basically a lot of spices and yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much, Lerona, for coming up to our show. You know, it's been amazing it was so fun of having you here, talking about
Oh,
health,
thank you.
talking about DJing, radio announcer, being a radio announcer, being a fitness coach, a bikini athlete, a bodybuilder, an influencer. You are such a all-rounded person, you know, in every way that you do. You know, so we wish you the best, Lenora, and I'm just telling the AIA guys, you guys have to check her out to be an ambassador. All right. Not marketing
Thank you.
from my heart. I think she fits. All right. So please check her out. Okay. So I'll see you again, guys. Thank you for coming up. And Lenora, until next week or until the week following, when I see you, say hi to your sister
Yes.
Lenessa, right?
Yes,
And
that's right.
Lenessa will be coming up on our show 4 weeks later. I think on the 8th of August on Kapow Balls.
Yes, that's the
the
one.
thing on Kapow Balls. She'll be coming out on Kapow Balls. So I'll see you, Lenora, and to all of our audience outside, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.